Welcome aboard your journey through Community Rail.
Community Rail is a growing grassroots movement spread around Britain, which involves small community groups in some cases, and in some cases larger community rail partnerships working to engage local people in their local railways. And it's all about helping communities to get the most from their local railway lines and stations. So ACORP is a growing organisation. My role is to manage and support the team to help them to be effective in their work. But I also do a lot of external communications work, a lot of partnership development work. So I'm often travelling down to London, going to meet our partners within government. There's a lot of variety in my role. It's a really interesting and fulfilling role, and I get a lot of satisfaction from the fact that we're supporting community groups to make a difference at a local level. I think the community and voluntary sector is often overlooked actually as a career choice, but it's a big growing sector. You're surrounded by other people who are really passionate about what they're doing, really keen to make a difference. You get a lot of fulfilment from the work itself, knowing that you are directly benefiting communities, benefiting society, and often benefiting the environment as well. There are about 60 community rail partnerships around Britain. These are slightly larger community rail groups that work along whole railway lines, or in some cases across whole regions, to promote those lines and engage members of the public in their railways.
Welcome to the bunker. My role as a Community Rail Education Development Officer involves going into schools. Another part of my role is to take children and young people out on the railway so they can experience it for themselves. So we go through the experience of going to the station, where we get the tickets, how we get on the train safely, what we do when we're on the train, and the enjoyment of it. And we go to exciting places as well. So my career background is quite diverse. I started off as a Butlins Redcoat, and I worked abroad for Thomas Cook, so a lot of customer facing roles, which has led me to get my people skills. Obviously community rail is about people, it's about communities. You need to talk to people, you need to be able to engage with people from different backgrounds. I trained to be a teacher when I was 21. I love teaching, I love working with kids, but I wanted to do something which was more about me and what I was designing. So I wanted to be able to still work with children, still teach, still work in education, but broaden out to the community and have a bit more autonomy in what I'm doing. So the skills I developed in teaching are very important in my role in Community Rail as an education officer, the teaching. The time management, the organisation skills that I needed as a teacher are transferable, but there's a lot of new skills I've developed as well, which have been really great. So there's a lot of a marketing element to this role. I need to sell what I'm doing.
So my role as chair of the Three Rivers Community Rail Partnership is really to be the bridge between the railway and the businesses and members of the steering group. The lovely thing is it's not 9 to 5, nothing's ever the same. In my working background, I'm a chartered surveyor by trade, and I've worked in the building industry. I've been a lorry driver in the past, but back in 2007 there was a few things changing around my local rail network, and I thought, well, how can I sort this out? I'd found out about this thing called a community rail partnership. We went off to see the local authorities and train operators. Here we are 12 years later with all the stations and all the work that we do, and I think everyone's seen the benefit, from the train operators to Network Rail to the local businesses and our local volunteers, and there's a real nice community feel. We've got a mixture of stations that have been adopted by local groups. Give them some guidance, but don't be prescriptive, and just say, right, how are we going to work on this together? And so that the benefit flows for them as well as it's a benefit for us. Twaithling, just north of Southampton, we worked with excluded children from a local school, and they've done some great gardening work, growing vegetables, put a workshop in, they've done stuff about the First World War, and we've had no vandalism at that station for over 8 or 9 years, and they've really adopted it, and that really enthused those youngsters to then go on and do more. It's just fantastic. There was a local sculptor, local artist, she created this memorial stone, and we thought, where could we put it? So we created this World War I commemoration space. What was nice, it encouraged the train operator to paint the railing, so the whole area now has been totally improved. Again, without Community Rail, without us working with the train operator, this would still be a scruffy corner.
So I joined as the Community Rail Partnership Officer 3.5 years ago now, and accidentally became the youngest Community Rail Partnership Officer in the country. It's brilliant to be the youngest, to fly the flag for youth involvement in Community Rail. There's about 70 of us now across the country doing the Community Rail Partnership Officer role, and it is just one big happy family, and where we help each other with various things, and we all bring a diverse set of skills, so we're relying on those that were involved originally for the knowledge of what will and won't work, but we can bring the new ideas in. We're also using social media a lot more now than we ever have done, and we need people that have grown up with the technology, that know what's funny, what's engaging, what will get people's attention, in order to tell them all the good news stories that we are doing and all the activities that we are up to, because we need to spread the word in more ways than we ever have done.
I think Community Rail is important for communities because it is about the community. It's not about the railway. It's about bringing people together so that they can all see the benefit, make sure that they're involved in health, nature, learning new skills, getting people back into work. And it just so happens that the railway is the conduit, the railway is the gateway into that whole great community opportunity.